What's going on, you guys? My name is Jordan and this is my 2020 Civic SI. As you guys can tell from the box in my hand, I got a really special part for my car. This is something I've been wanting to get for a while now, so let's go ahead and just get it unboxed and show you guys what I ordered. So I'm gonna go ahead and get it opened up and show you guys what I ordered. All right, here we go. Damn, that looks so good. Now that you guys got to see how the new carbon fiber steering wheel looks, I figured I'd bring you inside the car and show you how to take out the OEM one. Remember, you guys, when you're working with your airbag, you always want to disconnect the battery first. So let's go ahead and pop the hood and get the battery all disconnected. There's going to be 2 holes on each side of the steering wheel. You're going to want to grab a T30 Torx bit and remove the screws on each side. Now that we got both the screws holding in the airbag, it should be as simple as just pulling up and out. But there are some clips still holding the airbag in, so you want to be careful that you don't just yank it out. It was pretty hard to see in there, but there's gonna be 1 black clip on top plugged up into right in here, and then 2 clips plugging into the airbag. They're color coded, so this green one's gonna go into here right here, and the gray one goes to the gray. Unfortunately, I thought I had a 10mm hex bolt, but I don't. We're gonna run up to Home Depot real quick and grab one. What's going on, you guys? It's actually the next day. I just got home from work. Last night when Justin and I were working on the steering wheel, we actually bought a 3/8 10mm hex bit, but unfortunately the 3/8 ratchet didn't have enough torque to get this out. As you guys can see from the super glue all over it, we tried to make like a contraption to make it work, but it would not budge. So when Justin picked me up from work, we actually stopped on our way home at Advanced Auto Parts to pick up a 3/8 to 1/2 inch adapter. We already broke it loose on camera because it was really still a struggle, but now that we got it loose, I'm gonna go ahead and remove this bolt. I believe I got it loose enough so where, yeah, it should just pop right out. I'm gonna go ahead and mark the center of the steering wheel so that when I go ahead and put the new one on, I can line it up directly in the center. There's gonna be 1 last screw you're gonna have to remove. It's a Phillips head right here. Now that we got the steering wheel off, we're gonna go ahead and transfer this back piece and all the trim pieces onto the new carbon fiber steering wheel. In order to remove these trim pieces, there's gonna be 4 Phillips head screws right here, 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 and here. Should be able to pry off the back. Just go around slowly. You just kind of want to pull the wiring out. And then here's that back piece off. And once you have the back plate off, the next thing you're going to want to do is remove this cable right here. And then it's going to be the same thing on the other side with this blue tab. The next thing we're going to work on doing is getting these silver trim pieces pulled up. You're going to want to work your way around with the trim tool and just start pulling up on the steering wheel to get this silver trim out. I believe we got all the clips out, so I should be able to just pull out all the silver trim now. The next thing we're going to be removing is this piece down here. And in order to remove it, you're going to want to go ahead and just put a flathead in between there and just kind of start wiggling around and slowly pop until it pops out. So we got the one side out, it's these clips holding it in, and then I should be able to just pull back just like so. And then the last thing we're gonna go ahead and remove are these steering wheel controls. Similar to everything else, you're kind of just gonna grab a flathead and work your way underneath it and pry it out. Now that we got everything taken off the OEM steering wheel, we're just gonna start transferring it onto the new carbon fiber steering wheel. The first thing we're gonna go ahead and do is transfer over the steering wheel controls onto the new steering wheel. Now that we got both the steering wheel controls in, we're gonna go ahead and put the silver trim back in. It was a bit of a struggle, but I actually managed to get this silver piece on perfectly. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and insert this piece right into here. We're just gonna go ahead and just push everything down nice and tight. We're gonna make sure that these holes down here are all lined up. Next thing we're gonna do is get the back plate thrown back on. So we're gonna go ahead and connect the white and the blue cable from earlier first. Once you get both of those plugged in, you're gonna want to head and pull all the wires through and then start putting the backing back on. Now that we got the backing plate all thrown back on, I'm gonna go ahead and tighten down all the Phillips head screws. The next thing we're gonna go ahead and do is tighten this ground wire down right here. Once you get all the steering wheel controls put back on, you're gonna wanna go ahead and pull the airbag through and then line up the center of the steering wheel with the center like here. Now that we got the steering wheel back into place, we're gonna go ahead and put that 10 mil hex bolt in and torque it down to spec. Now that we got it all torqued down to spec, you're gonna go ahead and put in the connectors back into the airbag, just like that. You wanna make sure it clicks. I think that's where we're gonna wrap it up for today's video. Not only does the carbon fiber steering wheel look amazing, but it also feels amazing in hand. Let me know what you guys think of it down below in the comment section. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you go down below, like, comment, and subscribe if you're new. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video.